not a savior smoker, we're here to save the day. We got tips and tricks, reviews and more. Join us on the back porch, that's what we're here for. We're not professionals, but we're here to help. Take a step into the lounge, don't be by yourself. Light up a stick, let the stories unfold. In the Back Porch Lounge, where the vibe is bold. Shy about the shop, no need to fear. We'll teach you the ropes and make it all clear. Learn the lingo, find your cigar groove. With the Leaf Cutters crew, you got nothing to prove. We're not professionals, but we're here to help. Take a step into the lounge, don't be by yourself. Light up a stick, let the stories unfold. In the Back Porch Lounge, where the vibe is bold. So grab your cigar, join the conversation. Let's light it up, spark some inspiration. The Leaf Cutters are here, the world to ignite. One stick at a time, under the porch light.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Back Porch Lounge. We are the Leaf Cutters, and we are not professionals, but we are here to help. And today in the Back Porch Lounge, we have Mr. George Rico of Gran Habano Cigars. How you doing today, George?
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. And today we are going to be smoking the Gran Habano Corojo number 7.
That is correct.
Yes. And this cigar, we were talking about it before the podcast. To me, it's really pretty. It has the colors kind of pop on it against that dark wrapper. And I really dig the color of this cigar. So I'm excited to be smoking. But today, as we light up, Robert has a question.
Okay, Mr. Rico, you were established in 1995. So where in 1994 did the decision come in to start your own cigars?
Well, essentially, it was my father that started the company. Prior to 1995, when the company was formed, we came from Colombia, and my dad was established, and then the cigar boom was probably at its peak at that point in time. And since we were farmers in Colombia, that's when my father decided to start getting into the business of making cigars. My family has always made cigars, but in Colombia, and then we started making cigars here out of Honduras in 95. That's when we formed the company.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So going to that, actually, I was reading that you had more family that were coming from like 1920s Cuba.
Well, no, actually, that's a misconception. There was actually no connection. We have always been in Colombia. It was just probably the tobacco leaf that came over from Cuba because it was very traditional. Yeah, cobita that was farmed in Colombia. We still farm that ourselves to this day.
And that's a unique tobacco to Colombia?
It is now. I mean, it's a tobacco that's very unique. It's very earthy, great flavor. Could be a little sour, but huge coffee industry. That's a cigar that gives aroma and flavor.
That's cool. I'm not familiar with it.
Well, my family has always farmed it. You might have heard it, maybe like black tobacco, but there's some other names to it, but typically it's like dark tobacco. But everyone knows it now in the industry as cobita, which is the seed that was brought over and farmed in Colombia.
Very cool.
Very cool. So, I hope that answers your question, Robert.
Definitely. Thank you.
Awesome. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do first light up on this thing. For me, I really like getting attacked by my shade over here on my right-hand side. Very enjoyable. Makes me feel like I'm on a sailboat. But other than that, the cigar is lit up really well. It has a very earthy tone to it. The taste I'm getting is what I like to call like that old world tobacco. Like it has that really earthy, good taste, and has a probably about a medium to full smoke right now.
Yeah,
I'm digging.
Cigar won't go any farther than probably a medium to full. Originally, the way I've made the blends at the factory were actually our numbers represent the strength. So we go from 1 to 10. Originally, the Corona number 7 was supposed to be stronger than what people know our product as the Corona number 5, which is probably the one that you see out there the most. So I originally intended for this to be a lot stronger, more powerful than the Corona number 5, but as I started to really kind of think about the project, I wanted to maybe make a little bit more of a cigar that had more flavor as opposed to strength. So this takes it's a medium to full. But what's unique about it is actually that wrap that you see out there. This took us 15 years to develop this particular wrapper.
Oh wow!
Still grow it, but we grow it. It's a hybrid that we're growing in a totally different country that is not known for cigar. And so what makes it special is just that it's a very unique wrapper that yields more fillers and binders, but never enough wrapper. We actually only have about from 50 to 100,000 wrapper leaves that come out of our crops. And that's where the Corona number 7 project came about. It's just a really earthy, like you said, somewhat dry fruit, but it's got that mellow, nice and creamy flavor from a real well-aged wrapper. So that's what makes this cigar unique. It's just the wrapper is so scarce from our farms.
Nice. How about you, Andy?
Well, I think George just used all the words I was going to use.
Beat you to the punch. Helps to be the expert, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. I was definitely going to go with the creamy part of that, and it's got that creamy kind of kick, flavor to it. It's pretty smooth to light up, and it lit up really well. And it's got a great draw on it so far. So, we'll keep on smoking, see what happens.
Good. Well, I hope you guys enjoy it. So one of the things that we're known for in our factory is we actually weigh every cigar, and we drop test every cigar that we make. If you see our cigars compared to maybe some other manufacturers, we really put a lot more tobacco. They're a lot heavier than your traditional cigars. And so our purpose is to give the smoker a really good enough of time to be able to try the cigar, really develop it, the slow burner. And that's what I enjoy with my cigars. And that creamy part, hopefully you'll find it in all of my cigars. I really try to make sure that you guys, it's nice and it's like a clean finish and a very creamy finish, but then you get all these other flavors. That's what I try to do as much as possible with all my blends.
So far, so good.
Awesome. Yeah, so far so
good.
And I think that's what I was saying with the when I was saying the old world type cigar where it's a lot of flavor. It's not like a punch because it is very smooth, but you get a lot of flavor when you're smoking it. And you don't get that with a lot of newer cigars up front. You usually it has to build up to get to that, what I'm getting right here at the beginning.
Well, that's good to hear.
If that makes any sense to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, cigars typically take a little longer. We call it like the cherry, which is 1 inch for it to kind of build up, burn, get the steam going. Because, I mean, a lot of guys don't realize that when you're smoking, depending on your smoking pattern, and when I say that, it means how fast you smoke, you're actually, that heat transfers over to the rest of the cigar. So you're altering the medium and the end of the cigar because you're releasing those oils probably before you get there. And
right.
Sometimes you want to take your time in smoking a cigar as opposed to really, we all have that one friend that smokes like a 7x70 in like 30 minutes. And
Hey, Robert.
Yeah. But the reality is that, so what ends up happening is that you're altering the change of the blend. The way you should do it is a more steady, like do 1, 2 puffs, and then the second one's the one I draw in. And it's only just to keep the light going on, but at the same time, it doesn't really kind of light up the rest of the cigar because you are steaming some of the leaves that you're going to get to. So that would alter the flavor of the cigar. So that's a suggestion I avoid as much as possible, just overheating the inside of the cigar.
That's a good
Yeah,
tip.
slow down, you guys.
Yeah, Andy's much better at slowing down than we are.
Yeah.
Try.
How about you, Billy?
Yeah, basically pretty much the same sentiment as everyone else. The light up was really nice. You got those flavors right off the bat. Nice earthy flavor, like everyone is saying. I did get a little spice, but just like a very mild spice. Good creaminess, just like everyone else has been saying. I really like the wrapper on this as well. I mean, it looks pretty. It just has a general aesthetic to it. And it may just be because of the way the color pops on that wrapper on this, but it looks nice.
I think you just like it because it matches your shirt.
Yeah. Hey.
Accessorized today.
Was it on?
No, it wasn't. But yeah, very.
Marketing does work.
Marketing does work.
That's exactly right. How about you, Grim?
I'm going to steal Ben's line. I was attacked with flavor. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome so far. Like this is I haven't had a Gran Habano before, but this is an excellent introduction to the line. I'm digging it so far, and that's weird because usually when first light it up, I'm usually just like, but I'm pretty big on. I'm pretty in on this right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, the only
you guys are liking it from the start.
I think I've had one Gran Habano before, and that was the Black Dahlia.
The Black Dahlia is one of my projects for the SPK brand. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had one of those, and I enjoyed it. So when I heard Gran Habano, I was like, oh yeah, let's do that. Because you were actually introduced to us by Karina Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she actually suggested we reach out to you, and I'm glad we did. Because so far I'm digging this.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And
Well, one of the things
about-
I like to do is for flavor. If you try any like the Black Dahlia that you saw, I try to make sure as much as possible that the consumer, the person that's going to smoke it, the cigar smoker, it really develops. I don't like to make one-dimensional cigars. To keep you entertained. I mean, at the end of the day, my goal is to make sure that a cigar smoker is part of. It's an accessory to what you're doing at that moment in time, as opposed to the feature part of what you're doing. That's kind of like my approach to it.
yeah, that's fair.
I like that.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell in the quality. How about you, Robert?
I'm going to mirror the sentiments of everyone and put this in. I like the fact that I got the flavor from the beginning, but didn't get punched in the face by it on light up. That I found happens a lot. And there's no aftertaste to it. It's just a very smooth cigar.
I agree. How about you, Zach?
I'm digging it so far. Light up was good. The construction is really solid. The ash is probably about twice the length that I would expect it to be on most cigars at this point. But it's holding solid. I'm sure I'll find a way to wear it later. But flavor wise, getting earth, the cream that you were talking about, definitely getting some of that. A little bit of like a hint of cedar, which could be from the humidor or whatever, but it's pleasant. And a little bit of spice, like Billy was saying, just kind of on the back end, just like, hey, there's a little bit there. Which I tend to like a spicy, peppery cigar every now and then. But this is much more tame. This is more approachable for a nice, relaxing afternoon. And also, the draw on it, I like what you said about it being really, really focused on the draw. It's tighter than I would think for it to be, but it slows down the cigar, which is really kind of a desirable feature. I think sometimes you get a really open cigar, you can rush through that a little bit too fast. But yeah, I'm really digging it. Oh, and the retro hail is really pleasant. If you guys haven't yet, it's not overpowering, just complimentary.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I gotta say about that.
So George, if you could go into a little bit more about this cigar. I know you started off telling us quite a bit, especially the unique wrapper and everything. That took you 15 years to get that right.
Yeah, I mean we've been trying because it's a hybrid of one of the wrappers that we grew, one of those seeds that we grow. And one of the biggest difficulties that we had was more mold issues with it, where we're farming this particular seed. As a farming aspect of it, it was very simple for us to really kind of farm the seed, really develop it, and yield filler out of it. But unfortunately, we could never get it to pass maybe binder. In the last probably like 5 to 7 years, we really started to work more on trying to develop some wrapper out of it. We got some really good yields the last probably 3-4 years. That's why the project experimental stuff. For the most part, depending on how you're farming, if you're doing filler and you get 10% yield of wrapper, that's a great crop. That means you're getting maybe another 10 of binder and then 10 of wrapper, and that's really good. And we were only getting about 5% at one point, but it never really transferred over to the flavor and taste, because this is somewhat unique, because this is the way we do it, and that's why it has that really rustic approach to the wrapper, is that we're farming for filler, expecting to get some wrapper out of it, but we didn't want to lose the flavor that we get from that filler that we utilize. So changing it, maybe doing shade grown could have been a lot easier, but we didn't want to do that because of the fact that it would make the leaf thinner. It would lose a lot of that flavor that you're going to get. It was always a very difficult thing to try to get a good enough yield to do a production. And even then, like I was mentioning before the podcast started, we're only doing about 100,000 cigars a year. And that's only because we've really kind of expanded more of our farming aspect of it to get more wrapper as opposed to, but we're still farming for filler, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the idea is that, even though it's such a small production, we're going to be able to keep this going on for the next few years, hopefully, if you guys really enjoy the cigar. At the end of the day, as a business, cigar will stay on the market if it's accepted. And we have some cigars that have been around. Our Corona number 5 has been around since 1995. The brand, market-wise, we were making private label from 95 on to 2000. And then we developed the brand Gran Habano. But ultimately, a lot of our blends existed almost 30 years now.
Wow.
With the Corona, the Connecticut. So, yeah, some of our best-selling cigars. So we'll maintain this in the market. Hopefully we get to grow it. It's just kind of one of those things that it just, we don't want to lose that flavor that the wrapper really kind of imparts in the rest of the tobaccos that we're utilizing in the filler and binder.
Yeah. Well, since you brought up branding, I want to pivot a little bit, and I want to ask you about Gar cigars.
Yeah.
So is Gar just a brand under the Gran Habano flag, or is it alongside, or because they seem like a whole different line than the standard Gran Habano?
It's a sub brand of Gran Habanos. We still market it as part of our portfolio, but Gar is it's a play on my initial, and Gar, cigar Gar. And so the idea is that I get to play around with doing a lot more boutique side of Gran Habanos that we developed over the years, like the Black Dahlia, which is part of the FPK Gar line, the 20th, the El Enemigo that I worked with Davidoff to blend at their factory, which they're manufacturing for us, but we distribute as my line. So Gar is sort of the more edgier side of Gran Habano, things that I get to work on that are unique, limited, that we sort of do. I just did one called American Standard, and it's geared more towards that, customer that was looking for like a great quality cigar at a reasonable price. But then I've done some other ones like Gar Opium. So it's always more to give us flexibility with Gran Habano traditional, and then Gar more of the edgier side of what I could do with my brand.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I think it's American Standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous looking cigar too.
Yeah.
Why don't you send me
Great.
one of those? 'Cause I want one of those now. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you what. I'm currently working actually on a broadleaf version of it because at the end of the day, my goal
okay.
is to do an American standard and then use broadleaf as part of it. But this is also kind of and I tell people I really care about my consumer. I'm a big supporter of the guy that wants to be able to have a smoke once or twice a day, not break the budget. And so that's what Guard Standard came about. You're talking about a 7x70 MSRP 750.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So that was the reason why Guard, came about, the American standard part of it. And then the broadleaf is going to be part of that extension. But it's geared towards guys that, are looking for like a budget, but a really good, decent cigar that you're going to enjoy. And construction is going to be the same as our premium side. It's just, supporting what the consumer is hoping to expect from a cigar at that price point.
Yeah, and I was just messing with you about, but it is a good looking cigar. I did want to say that.
It's delicious.
Looking at the whole line, I'm like, man, you got a whole different line that I hadn't even seen before. Because I was looking through your brochure and everything like that because you were gracious enough to send that over too. And then I discovered all these. I was like, hey, wait a minute. But yeah, they're pretty awesome looking cigars too, man.
I think I picked one of those up shop somewhere.
I'll make sure my office will send you some. Yeah, look, after, what is it going to be? 28, 29 years, and then next year's going to be 30 for me in the industry. I've had an opportunity on a great Leonard project. I mean, I did start very, very young, working with my father at 17. I didn't start blending until about 21, so it's different. I was the warehouse boy. That's really what it came down to. I'm not gonna say I was doing anything at 17 except for being the gopher. But at the end of the day, I got to really learn a lot of great things along the way. I applied that to all the limited projects that I've done throughout.
So was that? I don't know if I read this wrong or not. I don't know if they were just trying to do a play on words, but are you a master blender as well as president of Gran Habano?
So I am the president of Gran Habano.
Yeah. And
I am sort of, people have given me that title. I think I'm just a blender, but I would be considered to be a master blender. I don't know. I never taken a test. But you're smoking, hopefully reflect what I've learned.
Yeah, well, it's more or less that's just odd that not odd, but it's rare that you see a president of a company actually wear both hats. Being the master blender and being the president. Usually one or the other. Either you're marketing your product or you're making your product, right? But if you're doing both, that's pretty freaking awesome. I mean, there's a couple of others in the industry that do it, I know, but it's more rare to see these days,
Yeah, I mean, look, I still run a family business, so at the end of the day, it's kind of one of those things where it's true what they say, when you're a company owner or owner of a brand or any business, you wear multiple hats. And at the end of the day, for having grown in the industry, my goal was always to learn to blend. I mean, that's what I really enjoy the most. That I run the operations, yes, but overall, my focus is to sort of develop products that, hopefully beyond the curve or trending with what's in the market that customers are looking for at this moment in time. And that's what I always try to do.
Well, I think you're doing a great job.
Man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I agree.
So, rumor has it there's this big show in April, something about cigars and premium cigars. Oh, yeah, it's PCA. Yeah, that one. It's down in New Orleans. And at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 out of 7 of us on this call apparently will be there.
Poor Robert.
Yeah, poor Robert.
Excellent. Wow. I'd love to meet you guys in person. Yeah, it's coming up April 14, I believe, or 12. I think it's 12.
I think it's 12 through 14.
Yeah.
11th.
Yeah.
I assume that you've been before.
Very much so. Since,
we haven't.
Well, I think you guys are gearing up to see some really interesting things. I think you'll see what's coming up in the market. The new products that are going to be launched. I usually come out at the trade show, so it'll be good. And, it's a good way to go and really kind of have an understanding of what the premium cigar industry really is. And it's important to differentiate that because, we're premium handmade rolling cigars. And we're not a big, gigantic industry compared to maybe like machine made, but it's a really nice industry, and I hope you guys have a good time and enjoy it.
Oh,
We're definitely looking forward to it. And we'll be coming by your booth to say hi.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully we'll catch you up.
Very well.
I like that lighter.
So,
That's fun.
Yeah. What did I do with mine?
I was like-
Crap. I was about to hold it up. Like, yeah, no, we're brothers.
he's going to do a ka-chow. You got to have a ka-chow.
Now he's got to drink something.
Mine's in the house.
The challenge lighter.
Aha.
There it is.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we also heard through the rumor mill, you might be trying to go for on the board at the PCA.
That was on the ballot. Voting already happened, and unfortunately, I did not make it onto the board.
Boo.
So, it happened, unfortunately. But it's voted by the retailers across the country that are members of the PCA. So
Okay.
I got an email a couple of weeks back. I was pretty taken back, but it is what it is.
We'll be bummed with you, buddy.
All right, appreciate that. I say it was a regulation.
There you go. Let's start that rumor right now. You heard it here first. It was rigged. George should have got it.
I mean, the convention center.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're just going to abstain and just stand there and smoke cigars right there in the middle of the floor.
And protest.
But they'll all be Gran Habano cigars. Just for that protest.
Well, make sure you come with me to the PCA booth, and we'll do that.
Yeah. I can handle that. That'd be awesome.
Okay, nonsense.
I had a question. I forgot it. Dang it. It'll come back to me.
Well, I stole your follow-up question, so it's okay.
You did steal my follow-up question. You jerk. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I wanted to know the difference because I was seeing that you had, premium cigars on your site, but you also have ultra premium cigars. And what distinguishes between the two, I know this is one of the ultra premium, and I know that the one you're smoking is ultra premium, but I saw a couple other ones, which you're smoking the El Amigo.
El Enemigo.
Enemigo. That's it. Yeah.
One of the things with my portfolio is that we developed so many different brands, and then we have in our portfolio a number of years ago, I broke it up with our core brands, which is what we started out with, which people recognize as our Connecticut #1, Habano #3. We just got a 93 in Cigar Aficionado not that long ago. Our Corojo #5 and Corojo #5 Maduro are basically kind of our standard when it comes to the Gran Habano line. The core lines, and we have our premium, which you have as an example, like Dahlia that you mentioned, the blue and green. If you guys are looking for a Connecticut with a lot of flavor, that's a great taste cigar. The Zulu line, and our Reserva. And then we move on, and that's part of our premium. And then we go to our ultra premium. The ultra premium really comes to be more exclusive. We age this back longer. We make probably less of it, less cigars. There's more attention to the materials. It really comes down to the selection of the material. We'll go there as an example in our barns and what we're growing. We'll select the 10 to 20% best leaves. We'll age them longer. We'll make the cigar. We'll do other selections, and then we make the cigars and age them. So that's where really the ultra premium side of Gran Habano comes in. It's just more attention to details in the manufacture and aging process of tobacco that makes it into those particular cigars. So the first one was the 20th anniversary for Gran Habano. It was celebrating the 20th year of the brand being out in the market. And then we did the El Enemigo, and last year, towards the end of the year, we released very limited the Corojo #7, which you guys are smoking. This year for the trade show, we're going to have a Robusto size of the Corojo #7. And then if you guys come to Manning's at PCA, one of the nights, I think it's Saturday the 12th at Manning's Sports Bar, we're going to be handing out a Corona Gorda. But this is a very different Corona Gorda of the Corojo #7, which is where I blend all of my cigars. So I usually blend into a 46 grain gauge. So you'll get to taste the blend as how he blended it. And we're going to sample that out that particular night. So we're going to have two sizes of the straight that you guys are going to. So you'll get both this one tonight, bigger ring to the 54, and then you'll see what a 46 and what the original blend was blended to in that size, which is a 46 ring gauge. It's a little bit harder to blend because the 46 really limits you in the amount of tobacco that you can put into a cigar. And then utilizing that wrapper and the binder, it really kind of accentuates the flavor of the wrapper even more.
I'm looking forward to a
That makes
Robusto
sense.
size, or in this cigar.
And a Robusto is actually really nice. It's a 5x52. It's a really nice cigar. It's a smaller ring gauge, but like anything, when you're blending it to that smaller size and then you go up a little bit, my goal as a cigar maker is to continue the blend.
Mm-hmm.
But like anything, the wrapper does sort of lose a little bit of that pronunciation in the cigar because you're going from a 46 to a 54. You're still using about the same amount of wrapper in a 46 to a 54, but you'll get to taste it a little bit more on the 46. So you'll be able to taste that, and you'll see the difference. You'll get to try it.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So do that. Hopefully that answered what the premium side of Gran Habano, the ultra premium side is.
Ultra premium, yeah.
Yeah.
You need an
It's
anchor that sits in the background and goes, Ultra Premium.
Yeah, just put a little sensor on the box when you open the box. Ultra premium. And the lasers.
Sorry, I cut you off, Zach. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say I've kind of noticed a little bit of a trend, and it may just be my cigar pickings lately of slightly smaller ring gauge cigars, which I kind of like. I don't know. Have you seen that across, or is that something you do because of the flavor or because of the trend in the market?
Well, here's my perspective of being in the business as long as I have. A lot of the guys that come on board that start smoking cigars typically will get a cigar that they like, and then they start to scale up in strength right away. They'll go from medium body, and a lot of guys will go full power, full strength. But then a lot of those customers will tend to, and I just call it, your palate's becoming more diverse. You're starting to pick out a lot more flavor, a little bit. So then you'll see a lot of the customers actually start coming back to like maybe Connecticut. Connecticut's have been pretty hot the last couple of years. Maybe more than that. So there is a lot more of those medium body Connecticut's that you see out there. And then I think you have a more refined palate and you start to look for something that you enjoy that's maybe a smaller ring gauge. And I am seeing a lot more guys doing that. I mean, I've always enjoyed smaller ring gauges. I've always smoked like a 40 Lancero, which I make a lot of. But I started to realize that I like more of a 46, which it's a little bit more, it's a skinnier Churchill, but it just really kind of gives you a little bit of that small ring gauge with that big ring gauge sort of flavor and strength that you get to put a little bit more tobacco in it. So I have seen a lot of customers come, it's kind of like everything. People try everything and then they start to realize what they enjoy the most and then they start coming back down. Which is not a bad thing. It's great.
Yeah. I thought it was more I went from medium and, mild to full strength and went, oh my God, what have I done? Let me dial that back.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's fine. I mean, I always tell people there's nothing wrong with cigars in the sense of strength or what. It's what you enjoy. Right? That whole idea that, George smokes a Corona Gordo all the time or Lancero, that's what I said. No, it's what you like.
Yeah.
It's essentially what you enjoy. I mean, that's what, as a consumer, you're paying for it. And then also another thing that's very important with particular cigars that I tell people is try to find out what size of the cigar maker made the cigar to. Because that's close as possible to what the blend that they intended. It is a handmade product, so there is variations. The whole goal of a cigar maker is that a 40 to a 60 has the same flavor and strength of the blend. But then there's other factors like if it's a thicker cigar, you get more air as opposed to a smaller ring gauge, which gets hotter. So it's important to kind of ask that question. What was the cigar rolled to? What was it blended to, I should say? Because then you're really going to get to taste the blend as it was intended by the cigar maker.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah. Do we want to do a check-in real quick? See where we're at?
Yeah.
I'm about halfway on mine.
Yeah, round about half.
Yeah. Oh, Robert's going
long ass.
Looking really good.
It is.
Holding steady.
It's kind of crazy because the wind.
Wow.
Before it
You
gives.
got the wind blowing in. It's not so easy to do. I anticipate wearing it real soon.
Yeah, I
As we all
got
do.
lucky and put mine down and it fell.
It'll look good on that dark T-shirt. I'm just saying. Do like some war tribe stuff, you know. Just start making stuff out of it.
Just rub it in.
You just rub it in. Just be part of the we're part of the decor at that point. All right, so midway check-in. I'm digging it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna have a game face for you. I'm sorry. I like the flavor of it. I like the smoke of it. It's still that medium full taste to it. Like you said, it has not changed. I really like. Oh, Robert lost it.
No.
It fell.
But I just dropped mine. That was a party.
Man
foul.
down. Man down.
Man down. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like the taste. I really do like that taste of it. I can't quite put a word to what I'm tasting, but I like it. So I mean, I don't taste fruit. Like you said, in my head, like a little fruity taste. I don't taste that, but I do taste a.
Well, more of a dry fruit approach to what you'll get.
Okay, yeah, dry fruit. I got you. But there is like this taste on your lips when you're smoking it that I can't. But I'm enjoying. I'm digging it. I don't know if anybody else is getting that. Maybe I'm just weird. But there you go.
You're weird.
Opinion.
You are definitely good.
I'm weird. I can definitely.
Yeah,
agree with
you're
you.
weird.
I'm not saying I'm not. How about you, Andy?
Mine's still smoking really well. Still has a great draw halfway through. It still has that, really just smooth flavor to it. That earthy and creamy, and apparently it's pairing really well with the bourbon that I emptied out into my glass. So I haven't had to touch it up. I thought I might have to there for a second, but it evened up on its own. And so far, yeah, I'm with Gibbs. I'm just digging it. I'm enjoying the ride.
What bourbon are you pairing it with?
S.E. Callahan's out of Jonesboro, Tennessee.
Okay, I've never
By the
had
way,
it.
Zach, I'm going to have to get you to swing out there and pick me up another bottle.
You need me to drive 3 hours to get you a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah.
Are we
Appreciate you.
bootlegging for this?
Huh?
Are we bootlegging for this? I'll sing you sounding down the entire time.
Send me a picture of the label and I'll see if I can find it locally.
How about you, Billy?
Yeah, man, same thing you guys have been saying. It's been really enjoyable so far. Construction's been great. It's burning really even. Very flavorful. It's basically hitting every note that I enjoy out of a cigar. Just those creamy, earthy flavors really coming through. Not, basically like you said, Ben, I can't really pick out one specific flavor profile that, maybe I can call out some comparison to like a leather or cedar or something like that. But just fantastic blend so far. I'm just really digging it.
Definitely a relaxing blend because I am.
Yeah,
For sure.
Pretty soon I'm going to put a podcast like this.
yeah. I'm ready for a nap soon.
I know, right? How about you, Grim?
How do I not say the things that the other two folks said? Shit's dope. Shit's dope.
There you
It's
go.
dope. Well, easy enough. How about you, Robert?
Nope.
But
There you go.
I'll use again. But yeah, I love the flavor. Again, the aftertaste isn't there. The fact that I don't drink alcohol as it is. So I normally bring a couple of coats off. The fact I haven't broken any second bottle by this point in the cigar means that it's really good to me. Just, I mean, I'd rather taste this than need something to wash the taste away.
That's good.
I need something to drink because it's like
for
80.
cigars like that.
I'm about to say that's an excellent point, and I didn't know you were judging off of that either. So that's something
Well,
interesting.
like I said, it's one of those things. If I need more beverage to wash away the taste, I'm not really liking the taste. The fact that I'm not drinking more is I'm really enjoying the flavors.
George, that's high praise. I'm just telling you right now. That's high praise.
Appreciate that.
It really is.
For the most part, I do get what you're saying, though, because I'm not a big fan of cigars that have that sort of bitter finish at the end, whether it's on the tip of the tongue or on the side of your palate.
Yeah.
So a lot of my blends, I try to make sure that you have like a clean finish to it. But for the most part, I try to blend where it engulfs the side of your mouth and the back, be it like a fuller, I don't even know how to describe it, where it just really captures everything of your taste buds, but then when you exhale, it doesn't leave a sour stuff. Because that's the one thing I do not like cigars that have that sort of bitter, or like, you know, even if it's like a smoky finish to it, I don't like it sometimes. For me personally.
Well, George, that's what I describe as the film in my mouth. When I get a film in my mouth, it's because of that. You know, when you have that taste and everything. Yeah, and I can't stand it when I have a film left in my mouth from smoking a cigar. It just kind of takes me out of it personally. So I get what you're saying there.
Okay.
Or it just coats everything, and that's all you taste.
Yeah.
You know. All right. How about you, Zach? And this isn't doing that, by the way. Not at all.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah, it's really clean. I did get a little bit of flavor development recently. The spice kicked up just a little bit. Again, it's real subtle. It's not overpowering at all. It's very complimentary on the cigar. And I got a little bit of sweetness, which I could imagine describing as like dried fruit, which is really pleasant. Still getting a little bit of that cedar kind of in that same sweetness area, which I'm not good at articulating probably, but yeah, I'm just really enjoying the cigar. It's really doing it for me.
So you're getting what I got, which was sort of that, not a charred wood, but it's kind of like a woody sort of finish to it, right? And that's what I get from that wrapper. Yeah, it just gives you that woody, it's subtle, kind of like a bourbon when you just that slight wood, kind of charred wood.
Yeah.
Look sometimes, and in this blend, I was able to get that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pairing it with a little bit of Buffalo Trace, and it works well together. Yeah, it's not because it's a 80 proof. It's not overpowering anything. It's just kind of working together, really pleasant. But yeah, it's not necessarily like charred oak. That's why I kind of said cedar, because it's a little bit lighter. It reminds me of when you like take a whiff of a new humidor and you get kind of that scent to it, which I always think is awesome. That new humidor smell, old humidor smell, just kind of pleasant. Gets you in the mood for a cigar.
So to be a little bit topical here, what cigar would you recommend, George, for sitting in a car waiting for your wife to come out from shopping?
Well, I will tell you, this is because I have the El Enemigo with me because I carry humidor in my glove box, a little tiny travel humidor. So I have the El Enemigo. Nice. I'll carry probably around 10 of my blue and green. And it's actually my favorite cigar. I smoke the Corona Gorda. It's just a really nice cigar that I could probably smoke 3 or 4 a day. It doesn't really change my palate. I can smoke one after the other. It's nice and creamy and smoked with the ends and smooth, I should say. So I like that cigar, but I wanted to try something a little bit heavier since you guys were smoking the Corona 7. And realistically, it's the only one I had available. If not, I would have been smoking the blue and green. So if you're waiting for your wife, okay.
I was about to say, I didn't know if the ultra premium, just made it just that much better, being able to having to sit in the car and wait.
No, for the most part, I like my premium side of the cigar.
There you go. Yeah.
Marketing appreciates your approval.
Yeah.
Something that we haven't asked, and it's kind of on brand for us, is I'd ask you about Avengers movies, but I'm going to steal a question that Grim threw out a couple of calls ago, and it's so George, what's your favorite Transformer?
That's funny. Well, I grew up with Transformers. It depends on what you
That's a
call
hard
it.
one.
But no, I mean, I've always been a big fan. Of course, I always loved the Optimus Prime. I always wanted it, one of those big rig kind of thing, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so, never liked Bumblebee. I don't know if I did a movie on him, but they could have done much more on some of the other characters. I like Optimus Prime.
Fair.
Enough.
Fair.
Yeah, I was an Optimus Prime kid too.
I'm more of a big fan on Marvel comic books. I did grow up. I still collect them to this day.
Gotta
Oh,
look
nice. Grim, that's your Cuba.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it? No, really not. It's not, because I'm more of an image DC kind of guy. Like
That's true.
Marvel, not one I explicitly do. Like every once in a while I'll do like She-Hulk or Daredevil or like smaller known characters, but like I won't pick up a Avengers comic or Fantastic Four or anything else like that. Just doesn't get me.
I was never a big fan of Fantastic Four. I don't know why they keep trying to bring them back. They should have left them out in space.
They were so ticked about the movie being made. The one that Miles Teller, that no, the last one, the one that was like super bad. Marvel didn't have rights to that movie still, so
That's right.
they stopped making the comic book so they wouldn't promote the film. Like they literally have like a clear stand with it before not in publishing because they didn't want to promote that film.
Wow.
It was crap.
But what they should
What
have done.
Marvel books are you interested in? Sorry, Gibbs. I didn't mean
Go
to
ahead.
talk over you. Oh, I was just gonna say, what Marvel are you into in the comic books?
Well, as a kid, I've always was a big fan of Wolverine. So Wolverine, the kind of character.
Same.
Really, always loved Gambit from the X-Men.
Oh yeah.
That came out when I was a kid. That was like Morbius. I think it was Ghost Rider. What was it? Sons of Midnight or something? I forgot the name of the book. I still have
Midnight
it.
Sun.
But yeah, that was a great book. I wish they would have done more with that.
They made a video game.
Did they? I didn't know.
Yeah, like a couple years ago, it was Marvel's Midnight Suns. It was fantastic.
Oh man, I gotta look for that. That sounds kind of cool.
What console did it come out on?
It was on everything, I believe.
Was it on everything?
Yeah.
Sorry. Geeked out for a second.
I believe it was on
PlayStation guys.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
We can't all be good.
Yeah, but for the most part, now they select like the. I really am after first appearances, so that's kind of like I don't know.
Gotcha.
When I get older, I grew up with the books where like, man, I wish I could afford that magazine or had that magazine. It came out 20 years before I started collecting stuff. I've been after magazines.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
first appearances. I think
Big
I
money
just
too.
struck upon the first appearance of Cable. It was like New Mutants '87 or something like that, I believe.
Oh, I'm trying to get that one. Yeah, that was New Mutants.
Yeah, I just happened to get that, and I think it was a long time ago. I think Costco or what was it, maybe Sam's Club or something. They would sell little bundles of comics, and you would just get what you got, and that just happened to be one of the ones that was in there. I mean, it's years and years and years
That's pretty
ago.
cool.
I looked it up later on. And I was like, "Oh crap! I've got the first appearance of Cable. That's really cool."
That's a cool one.
Yeah, that's a good one to have. But I was going to go back to what Grim was saying about Transformers not doing the comic book. What they should have done is just pivot to Transformers and My Little Pony and did that a little bit more in that section.
That was a good comic. No, it wasn't.
I don't
I
like
can't.
it, dude.
Yeah,
loved
you
it.
got loved it. It was great for me. I was
No, that's horrible. I think more Transformers and
Yeah, let's not cross over everything.
Yeah, and the
Transformers.
Yeah, but
They shoot stuff out of their stomachs. I would appreciate that more.
Right. It's like the Transformers need Energon, but they take the Care Bear Stare instead to energize them.
So
Like
powerful.
getting back and putting them into like a duck press. That's how you get the energy.
Makes sense.
I can see that.
Love it.
Great.
I'd buy that one. Shit.
That's good.
That'd be a short-lived series too. First one, Megatron just throws them all in there.
That's funny.
But yeah, I agree with you. With the when I was a kid, Optimus Prime was the end-all, be-all. He was awesome, loved him. But now
Yeah.
that I'm older, I'm like, I gotta dig Megatron, Starscream,
Yeah, maybe
or some stuff. Yeah,
Well, that was always my thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was always my thing. I think I learned really early on that, you know, no matter what happened in the cartoons, the good guys were always gonna win. So at some point I got to the point where I got tired of that. So I started rooting for the Decepticons. So, you know, I was like, well, I already know what's gonna happen. Damn it, we need Megatron to win one. So
I always liked the one that had the dog and I don't know, one that turned into like a walkie-talkie or something like that. The fight, Soundwave, yeah, he was a cool one.
He's
Yeah.
my favorite.
that voice.
It's cool.
Yeah, I thought.
oh yeah, the
Sound
voice
like I always pushed for, like in G.I. Joe, I always wanted the other ninja. What was his name? From Cobra to win against Snake Eyes.
Yeah,
Shadow?
I can't think of the name.
Was it
Shatterstar?
Yeah, Shadow.
Shatterstar? No,
Yeah,
something like
I think it
that.
was Shadow. Shadowstar's a game.
I think it was just Shadow.
Yeah.
I think Andy's right. We'll have to look it up later. Go ahead and fact check us in the comments because we don't freaking know.
We're losing nerd points immediately. So
It's
how did
been a while.
this person?
Oh shit! But if you're talking about GI Joe, I used to always cheer for Sergeant Slaughter because he was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yes.
yeah.
I loved him in wrestling,
Yeah, he was
so I'm like, I see him in my cartoon, I'm cheering for him.
Didn't
would
they have
actually
Mr.
be a
T in
good-
a show like that?
Mr. T? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, didn't they have him in a show like that too, where it was like it was his original show and Mr.
There was something. There was some sort of cartoon with Mr. T in it, but I don't think
There was a Hulk Hogan, Mr. G.
an 18 cartoon.
I don't know.
There was a wrestling cartoon. There was actually with all the wrestlers in it too.
I looked it up. It's Storm Shadow.
Or, there you
Storm
go.
Shadow.
Storm
Yeah,
Shadow.
the white ninja from the Cobra.
Okay.
The nerds are settling down now. That's good. Good.
We've self-corrected.
Drop the stones. It's Storm Shadow. We looked it up.
Hey,
That's
does
right.
this look right? Or
Sure.
Nah, I can't tell, man. You're
Yeah,
you're a little,
it is a team cartoon. You're right.
yeah,
oh no shit.
I didn't know there was a cartoon on A-Team.
I didn't
Could
either.
have known.
It'll be on your Plex later, Billy.
I remembered an animated Mr. T, but I don't remember what it was from.
Yeah, I couldn't remember it. I couldn't remember if it was from wrestling or if he just showed up on
Actually,
Yeah Joe or what.
I think he was on an episode of Scooby Doo. Now I'm thinking about it really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was on.
You can say any relevant pop culture icon was on Scooby-Doo.
Mhm.
They used to have
Sonny and Cher was on Scooby Doo.
the
Oh,
basketball
Harlem
team.
Globetrotters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Harlem
look
Globetrotters.
at
Yeah,
Right.
that's still one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Because they were so goofy. They were so goofy on that episode. It was so good. It actually made me actually want to watch basketball. Which I am not a sports fan by any means, by any sport, but that one actually made me want to watch basketball when I was a kid.
George, you're in Miami, right?
Yeah.
how many other? Because I doing research on occasion, around cigars. You have any idea how many other cigar manufacturers are in like the Miami area? Because I mean, the ones that come to mind are like you and you come to mind, and then of course you've got Drew. At one point was in Miami, and those are the two big ones that come off the top of my head. But I know there's more.
So they were up north, but for the most part in Miami, you have about, I would have to say 75% of all cigar makers are in Miami, actually.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, within where my warehouse is, which is in Doral, you'll probably have about, my father's there. So ultimately, I think you have about, I would have to say about 5 within 5 minutes of my warehouse. Just 5. I can't remember the names, but I know, well, that's why my father, myself, what's the name of the other one? It's a European brand, I can't remember. But yeah, there's this many. I mean, I think there's probably about 75 major cigar manufacturers if you include like boutique lines, and I think like 58 are in Miami. Something like that.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's the proximity to Central America, the Caribbean, so everything's a lot easier for us to bring it in here. I mean, there is a Cuban culture here, and a lot of the makers are Cuban. So, this is sort of, Miami is predominantly where all the Cuban families that are in cigar making are here as well. So there's quite a lot.
So in other words, if they didn't go to Ybor and Tampa, they stayed in Miami.
Yeah. I mean, the new sort of cigar industry, because if you go back to like Ybor at one point was the biggest cigar maker outside of Key West. At one point, Key West was the biggest cigar maker in the U.S., then Tampa. And then prior to that in the U.S., you would have to go to Ohio, where there was about 1,000 brands over 100 years ago. So Two Rivers, like,
wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of the brands that were years ago were mostly all within that region.
Wow, that's kind of an odd for Ohio. That's interesting.
Well, riverboat transportation is, we lost him.
We did.
And his phone overheated. Who's got the funky
phone away from your system?
Hey, while he's reconnecting, have you guys seen my new travel humidor? I know Ben.
What you got, man? Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah, I got it for $1. Found Fortunes, and I was like, for $1, I can run around with it. It'd be fine. You can dazzle me all day if you want for a fucking $1. I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Sorry, Georgia, I saw you drop there. But okay, so we're thinking. Zach brought up a good point. Ohio for the Mississippi River, running up to it was probably easier to transport and distribute from there. And George is gone again.
His phone's
got tired
again. His phone's pulling the plywood. It's 83 here. I can imagine what George's weather's like.
Oh yeah,
Stupid technology.
Georgie, are you okay? Are you okay, Georgie?
Graham, almost.
I want to get it sooner or later. I'm in the lead, so that's all that fucking matters.
You are. You're way in the lead.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
There you go.
Hey, you. Welcome back.
third time's a charm.
There you go. They told me to close the app and come back.
Oh,
So
we can't hear you again.
We spoke too soon. Damn it.
no,
This will be fun to edit later.
I know it's gonna be awful.
We'll just have to cut out like a whole section.
I mean, we could probably be more entertaining right now, but it's us.
No, this is the part of the outtakes also.
It'd be really, really boring during it too. Just be like, "This is an outtake,"
And we just sit there.
Get it.
I was just assuming, George's wife came back and was like, "Are you still on that damn interview?"
Fuck, there's 2 of them now according to my screen.
Yep, same here.
Hey, but I think we can hear him now, though.
Can you guys hear me?
Damn it!
No,
He's yeah.
Wait.
that's a
Yep.
delay.
There's a delay, though. It's okay. It's all right.
Can you guys hear me?
We can work.
We can work with the delay. It's okay.
I'm sorry about
Yeah,
that, guys.
Bringing up that Ohio was the no, man. Like I said, we thought
It's all
that your
good.
wife came back and she was like, "Why are you still in this damn interview? Get off the interview
Working.
now." Gotta smoke cigars with your friends and stuff. Jeez, we got stuff to do today.
Yeah, it seems it's
That's
lagging
hilarious.
for some reason. I guess it's my connection.
But yeah, I'm not even going to talk about the other state because every time I do, it just fucks everything up on Georgia's end. So I'm not talking about it anymore. Everything is cursed.
We're not keeping the topic of what you're saying.
And we lost him.
You brought it up.
I brought it up, and he's back.
He's back.
He's back.
I'm trying.
You're trying so hard.
It's a delay.
Appreciate the effort, sir. We appreciate it.
I have full bars. Everything's fine. I just don't know what the connection is.
No.
Damn it!
Some give it 5 minutes.
This is going to be the longest outtake.
That's okay. I got plenty of cigars to smoke. Worst comes to worst, I'll light up the other. Dude, it's 83. It's mildly sweaty.
Have you purchased a Zack Keep Cool
I
2000?
have not yet, but you know what? I know a guy.
I want to be like, you know what? I was going to give this like a 4.75, but you dropped out halfway through the interview, which is a tough move. So it's a 3.
Hey, but that's a 3 out of 5. Come on, you're halfway there.
Yeah, I don't give anything lower unless it's just tragic or bad. Like, I feel like I'm being insulting at that point. You know, I'm lashing out with a 3. I'm being hurtful with a 2.
Wait. Mate. Oh. Okay.
It keeps kicking me out for some reason, guys.
And he's back.
Potentially.
Audio's maybe. No.
You know, I've been trying to lip read him this entire time. I want to know if he's saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Like he comes back and says, "All right, I gotta say it again." Fuck. All right, guys, good to see you.
Yeah.
But I told him by like 7 times, he just won't let me go.
She's like texting. Can we leave now? Can we go? Are you ready?
So while we're waiting on him, this cigar is really good.
Yes,
Yeah,
I guess.
Shit's dope.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my assessment.
Yeah.
Shit's dope.
Shit's dope.
I already know where I'm rating mine.
I mean, I already gave away that I'm doing a 3 because he backed out on this, but you know, whatever. Would have rated higher if you loved me.
Doing okay with that, Robert?
A-okay.
You know, I'm kind of surprised he's still smoking. Usually by this time in my cigar, he's done. Yeah, you're basically there.
I'm trying to take my time so that we have a little bit left to smoke so we can do our ratings. But, you know, it is what it is.
Well, we might be doing that here soon anyways.
If we have to, we can kind of input a little. At this point, he had technical difficulties.
It is clear at this point that he does not want to be here.
George is not able to join us on the. He's connected to the Bluetooth on his car, right?
Yeah, reboot the car.
Yes, seriously. I've had to do that before. Sometimes my Bluetooth will drop off, and then I will have to actually physically take the key out of the ignition and start it back over.
Stick it neutral, turn the key off, pull the key out, key in, and then restart it, stick it back and drive.
Open up your car door just to make sure everything turns off. You know.
Yeah. While you're doing 70 down the interstate,
Can you guys hear me?
No big deal.
nothing to it.
Okay. I think it was his phone overheating. So
Can you guys hear me?
Need to.
I hear you.
Edit this
You hear
separately.
I'm back. I think.
Yeah.
I'm back. I hear you back, but I don't see anything. It doesn't show that you're there.
Oh,
So you can hear.
I see you guys just well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can
Just-
hear him.
I got the AC
Can't
blaring.
hear me either.
Yeah, you sound good.
On the phone. So hopefully you can hear me.
Oh, the rest of us have to leave now. That's great.
Technology still.
We're here.
I can see why people live in the backwoods now.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Shit.
Wait a minute, something just happened.
Did we lose
Yeah, Ben dropped
He
out.
dropped.
this broadcast today? What is this?
But if you guys can hear me,
Drop. Just to spite me.
I do hear you. I just
all
it
right.
doesn't show that you're there though.
That's odd. I can see both. There's only 3 of you now.
This is so weird.
Are we haunted?
Just a little bit.
Is this a poltergeist?
We have a haunted.
Are we doing a poltergeist where like instead of the TV screen it's our laptop screen or whatever?
Yeah.
And we're about to get sucked in and
If it goes fuzzy, I'm leaving.
This is new age poltergeist.
Billy. Why?
It's Billy. This whole thing has gone to shit.
Oh,
You did say eventually it would, fall off the rails. Here we are.
Yep, here's the rails. You just jumped over it.
the
I think we'll just continue. George, you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you guys
Great.
just
I'm
fine.
just gonna, kind of continue on. Just say there's kind of technical difficulties, and your wife told you to get you off the podcast right now if you want to go home.
Gotta go.
You gotta go. This is stupid. but final notes on the cigar. I'm gonna have to say, it's been good, start to finish. Has a great flavor to it. It's one of those that now if I do see it in the stores, I'm gonna pick this one up. I like it, man. It's also got me curious about the number 5 that he was talking about, so I'm definitely gonna try that one as well. But it's a solid smoke, really solid smoke. Construction's good, no film in the mouth. Even looking at it, there's like no tar buildup on it whatsoever. It's a solid, good smoke, man. I'm going to break out the pick in a second because I'm not going to let this go. This is going to be all the way down to the nub. So it's going to get a solid rating from me. It's going to be probably a 4.75, 4.8. It's that good. I kind of with Zack. I immediately want to go get another one now. I want to smoke another one because it was light enough to where I can smoke another one and not feel guilty about it or sick about it. It's not going to be too much for me. So 4.75. It's up there. I really liked it. How about you, Andy?
I don't want to rate it. I'm not done yet. But if we wait for me to be done, it'll be, another 30 minutes. To, kind of reiterate what you said, it's been a great cigar. I really don't want to put it down. The flavors have been great, good. It's well balanced. It developed a little bit there after the last, the second half. A little more of that earth and cream, and yeah, I'm with Zack. Even a little pepper there. I think I pick up the pepper more on the retro. But the construction's been great. I had to relight mine because we were too busy yapping, and I let it go out. But, that happens. So, but all that said, yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 4.8.
All right.
I may have another one in a box somewhere, so you guarantee I'll probably smoke that too.
There you go.
Maybe not today.
All right. How about you, Billy?
Yeah, it's been a really enjoyable experience from start to finish. The whole way through, really consistent flavor. None of the film, like you said, Ben. It's very clean. It's been it's super enjoyable. And because, it really hit the flavor notes that I enjoy so much, I'm going to give it a 4.9 just because it's kind of everything that I look for, that everybody said, that little hint of spice, the pepper, but not overpowering by any means. The nice earthy flavors and the creaminess. It just hits it. All the right notes for me.
Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the cigar as much as you guys are saying. So thank you. I don't know your rating.
How about you, Grim?
No, thank you. It's out of 5.
Okay. Well, that's great news.
Yeah.
I feel really
That's pretty
happy about
pretty
it.
freaking good is what we're saying.
I'm gonna go get drunk
Zack can
tonight.
hear you.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
George. I can't hear George, so that's what's messed up.
I can hear George just fine. It sounds like you maybe got a different microphone, but it's clear.
I actually connected to the Bluetooth because I wasn't on the Bluetooth before. So
How about you, Grim?
Gotcha. Yeah, it sounds good.
Dear spirit of George, I come to you today to tell you, damn you for making such a delicious cigar. Is he picking up? Is he picking it up? Is he hearing it?
yes, I hear you.
Yes, he hears it.
Okay, good.
I hear you.
Channeling George. You're
That's right, folks. We now have a seance.
Zack,
Yes!
tell him I like him.
I need a Ouija board.
So Zach is our flavor expert / medium for the show.
Medium, yeah.
yes.
I
yes,
come from the other side.
He's going through his.
Oh, you guys.
What you got from Gran Habano Cigars?
Yeah.
No, I won't go into it like everybody else. It's a fantastic cigar. I personally can't wait for number 8 to come out and see what new thing comes out, in the future. I would like to give this a 4.9.
Wow.
Oh, you're teetering
No,
right there.
it's 5. This was perfect.
What?
No, it's
There you go.
You got a
I
5
hate
from
giving
Grim.
5s because it feels like like an easy, but this I'd fucking smoke this every day.
I'm sending you on my pony
I ain't gonna lie.
magazine.
George is sending you a My Little Pony magazine, too.
My man.
That's awesome.
How about you, Robert?
This has everything I look for in a cigar. Flavorful. You said no film in the mouth. I just broke the second drink I brought out because we were waiting. But I wear that with pride.
There you go.
Just like that ash.
Yes.
Yeah.
You broke out the hat. That's how impressed he is. That's
Yeah.
awesome. All
Did you
right.
give it a rating, Robert?
5.
You gave it a
Okay.
5, yeah.
Yeah, you gave it a 5.
Too
Wow.
laughing.
That's wonderful.
How about you,
Yeah.
Zach?
I'm glad you.
Go ahead, George.
No, I just wanted to tell the group that I really, that's all the validation I needed. I really appreciate the fact that you guys enjoyed it. That's the reason why I make cigars. I mean, ultimately, it is a business, but
It's really weird watching his head bounce because I'm just like, oh my god, he is
I
talking
don't-
to a ghost.
He's talking to a ghost.
He's making
the
the validation.
validation.
Can't hear George.
Just like his tasting profile, he's making up this track, too.
Oh, jeez.
George appreciates the positive sentiments. and he says that his life is better for being on the Leafcutter podcast.
Thanks,
And
man.
Rex.
Maybe that's a
See, that
far
was
stretch.
He didn't say.
That was true. That wasn't made up.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know that what you actually said.
I may not know until it uploads.
So wait, they
Yeah,
can't hear me.
we'll hear
They
it
can't
later.
hear me at all.
Yeah, I think I might be the only one who actually can hear you.
Wow.
Billy can hear him.
So
Yeah, maybe Billy.
Are you auditioning for The Conjuring?
yes,
Good film.
Like,
Oh, man.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give my review. So the sweetness picked up a little bit more in a really pleasant way. The spice turned into a really pleasant tingle in my mouth, which is really enjoyable. And yeah, this is a. I was not familiar with your cigars, but you've made at least 6 new fans. I think I can speak for the rest in that respect.
Amen.
And I'm gonna give it a 4.9. This is excellent cigar.
thank you.
And I'm definitely going to recommend it to other people.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. This has been a
To,
You're very welcome.
I'd recommend it to my local tobacconist, but he's already said that he was going to release it, when he got back from PCA, and decided that he couldn't wait, and so he went ahead and put them on the shelves like last week.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So there you go. You got Louisiana representation.
Right. Back house.
So I'm going to let Zach kind of translate for us, because I know that
Do you want the lottery numbers?
you're going to be at PCA. We're going to be at PCA. We're definitely going to meet up.
He asked if you want to know the lottery number.
Yeah.
Please, right now.
In India.
Go ahead, George. Give us lottery number.
The state or bag of or
Technology. At least it turned out.
We're all over the country, so you got to go power.
Yeah, it's got to be power.
ball.
Can win. Yeah.
22, 24,
Powerball. Yeah.
37, 43,
22, 24, 37,
7,
43,
and
7.
8.
Hike. And 8. There you go.
I was hoping he's going
You
to.
heard it here
I was thinking
first.
he's going to break out the lost numbers. There's going to be 4, 15, 16. But I want.
That's hilarious.
If this does pick up, I want George kind of take the floor now. Let us know how what's coming up in Gran Habano, what's coming up with Gar, and tout about yourself a little bit. I know Jack and Billy's going to hear you, and we're going to sit here and nod like we know what you're talking about. But go ahead.
Well, for us, really, it's just the expansion of the Corojo number 7 line, where I'm not focusing on bringing, because I only do limited releases every 2 to 3 years. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, so I don't do a lot, because my blends take years to develop, really, and it's not intentional. It's
I'm
just,
so jealous of Zach right now.
I want to make sure that, ultimately at the end of the day, it blends. So who can hear me? I want to know who can hear me.
Zach and Billy can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, ultimately, there's a couple of projects that I have on the works. The Corojo 9 is going to come out. But since we just introduced the 7, we're probably going to wait about a couple of years for the 9 to come out.
Well, I can't wait to try it.
Well, maybe I'll send you guys some
That sounds exciting.
I'll send you guys some of the ones to try.
Yeah. We would love that.
All right.
So George says that he's got a secret project that, because of the release of the 7, won't be released for maybe a couple of years, but there is a 9 in the works, and we can all look forward to trying that in the future.
What's the 8?
I usually release blends. If you notice, the 1, 3, 5, 7, then 9. For the
So you like the odd numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Fine.
Fucking OCD.
I mean, this kind of goes up to 11, so it's a good.
But it goes to 11.
And then 13.
All right.
And then 13. Yeah. Well, I know I'm excited to shake your hand in person at PCA and getting to see your all spread and what else you got going on other than the stuff you so graciously sent us.
Yeah, no.
So thank you for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
I really, really appreciate it. I'm sorry we had technical
We definitely
difficulties. But, yeah, anytime you guys.
Most of us work in IT, so we definitely understand.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, we'll definitely have you back. This was a
Light tap with a bolt peen hammer.
Light tap.
Yeah, you can fix a lot of things with percussive maintenance. Just whack the side of it and see if that fixes it.
So I'm going to go to Purgatory now, which is called the Mall.
Good luck. Good luck. We all believe you can make it out. He's going to the mall. He's going to Purgatory.
Go with God. Go with God.
Just hang in the food court.
Yeah. Food court's the best part.
Just hang in the food court. The best part of the mall.
Yeah, it is.
It is a good part of the mall.
All right.
It's a good way to eat
Well,
a lot of food.
That's all we got going on. I think we're going to go ahead and close this episode out. We appreciate Gran Habano coming on. George, thank you for coming out. It's been a blast, dude. You've made instant fans out of us. This is definitely in our wheelhouse. It's going to go in the box. It's gonna be one of those. If we see it, we're gonna pick it up. And on that
Yeah,
note,
for sure.
I'm gonna say good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.